Hey Thomas, how are you?
Jonathan, I'm doing fantastic, my friend. Fantastic. All right, listen, I want to throw this one at you. And, I've been to probably about a dozen businesses in the last month, and I'm noticing something. People, it's just the aura of people that drag an ass within their business. And, I talk to the managers and the owners. So I want to talk about energy levels within a business and how important it is. I'm going to let you start off with this one. So go ahead.
So the working in a corporate environment or a small business, the owners, managers, the leaders of the company have to come every day with that energy. If
Mm-hmm.
they come flat, if they come with no emotion, no passion for anything that they're doing, it's going to show to the people that are underneath them. The
Mm-hmm.
within the project, the employees, and if I mean it's kind of like you always follow your captain on a team, right? So if your captain's not doing the right things, why would you? So if you in your company, let's say for an example, if you're using a program, a software, and you as the owner, as the manager, don't follow the rules and don't follow your SOPs, why would anyone else? Because you're not leading by example. So it's kind of the same thing where it's always nicer to go into an office environment where everyone's like talking, happy. You see that there's real passion in their eyes that they really love what they're doing, and it makes everyone inside the office, inside the company, more motivated to do well. And
Mm-hmm.
working for companies in prior jobs or being an owner now, you see that a huge effect on people that work through you, with you, under you. And it's something that most companies right now need to pay attention to because there are a lot of people, millennials, that are starting companies, never had that corporate environment ever. And they are just like duds, right? They come in the office, they sit in the chair, they don't talk to anyone. They actually avoid conversation because they don't want to deal with people. So they can be in the same physical office, and instead
Yeah.
of going across the street, across the hallway, and talk to
Yeah.
them, they will send them an email or send them like a chat message. So
You nailed it. You nailed it. It's like when you walk into a comedy club, you're expecting to laugh, and laughter is contagious. So is energy. You know, um, I want to talk about a guy named Mark Messier. Hall of Fame hockey player. Wasn't a fan of the Rangers, but you know what? He was the missing element. That guy, when he came to the Rangers, all the players knew what type of, resume he brought. And he's the reason why they won the Stanley Cup 30 years ago. All right. It was I think the last time they won was 1940 something, but he comes in there and they win the cup. And you have to have a certain energy level. And it has to come from top management down. Every day I walk into the office, I light up my office. And I'm a smiling guy. I'm cracking jokes. I get people laughing. You know what? You got to bring that energy level. You got to make it fun. It's like walking into a locker room for any type of sports team. Anybody that's ever played sports, okay? You have to have that energy in order to win, because if you're dragging ass, things aren't going to click. The same thing happens in the workforce. You have to do that. You have to have a good environment, a really good environment. You got to actually speak to your employees, like you just said. Someone could be across the hall to send you an email. Get up and talk to them. Hey, Jonathan, let's go grab a cup of coffee, or go grab some water at the cooler. It's like the old adage, like those water cooled conversations. When I started working in corporate America, that was common. I mean, today, I don't even think they have water coolers in offices anymore. I mean, that's how secluded people have been.
it's like we have funny jokes within our company that we asked, did you voice talk to someone or did you text talk to someone? Because
Yeah.
people sometimes use the word talk very openly. Like I just talked to them yesterday, or I talk to them every day. And then you'll be like, oh, cool, you talk to them every single day. That's great. That's great for the relationship. That's great for the client, whatever it may be. And then you find out that they were emailing or they were Facebook messaging. In my opinion, that's just messaging. That's not talking. If talking is opening your
100%.
mouth and talking, right? Or
Hey,
or
hey, you know what's going
visually.
to happen? You know what's going to happen in 5 years, Jonathan? You're going to add, like, from the voice and texting to, like, hey, did you virtual reality have a conversation with that person with your goggles on?
Right.
Because that's coming. You
The
know that's
metaverse
coming.
work. Yeah. It,
Yeah.
it's it's funny. Like 15 plus years ago, when I first got into marketing, no one wanted to work. well, not knowing, most people did not want to work without meeting you. They were not,
Mhm,
I could never get a client that just wanted to meet or just be a client without me meeting them. So the majority of my clients were always on Long Island in New York. And that's
mhm.
because I physically went there every week and they knew who I was and they were, okay, you're doing the work. I know who you are. I see who you are. You're a real person. You're not going to offshore this anywhere else. So it worked. And through the years, it's gotten a little easier, right? You don't need to meet them. You can do a phone call. Now we do video calls, but it's getting so, it's not personal at all anymore. Where sometimes you may not know who you're talking to or really even talk to them often. So
People are
it's
getting
really
they're
changing.
getting they're getting disconnected. They're getting
Yeah.
disconnected from that face to face, eye contact, feeling each other's aura, because that's so important. That energy coming from that person, coming from you. It's like it's that old coin phrase. Hey, can you read that person? You can't read them over the phone. When they're in front of you, feeling an aura from them. That's what you're feeling, and that's so important. But we are getting disconnected. It's a society we're having. It's our culture, and it's a bad culture.
It's even before I was getting clients, I would work in offices, right? And I
Mhm.
would still be my own company, but they would be like, I want you to work here on Mondays just so I can run things through you and give you ideas. So it's totally went the other way, which it's convenient, but it's not always the best thing for your business or yourself or your company because you get disconnected, like you're saying, when even like with clients, you should try to have that regular cadence with them. You talk to them every week, every month, whatever it may be,
One
have that
hundred percent.
conversation.
Yeah, 100%. You're right.
At
It's
least be the person that be the person that wants to have that conversation because you'll always remember that you were trying to contact them, you set up a call or a meeting. But to make it funny, we do that a lot, all the time. And a lot of people like everything is going well. We don't need to talk.
mhm,
So that's great. But it's important to have that conversation and talk to people because that's going to be how you maintain that relationship and it's going to be how they understand what you're doing.
mhm. And you're right. You know what? Listen, you know me. I've always been a proponent. I'm a communicator. I'm a relationship builder. I always have that bridge. I'm always creating other bridges. And that's what you have to do, especially if you want to be successful. It's part of networking. And, it's listen, when you ask me, hey, do you know somebody in this industry? I go, you know what? I do. Actually, I can give you this person. They're out in California. They run this type of a company. And then that person, once you connect with them, they have other connections for you because again, it goes back to word of mouth advertising. And that's what you have to do. Get in there, create that type of energy level and be focused on what you're doing. And this is to all the business owners out there, all the CEOs, CFOs, chief operating officers, sales managers, department heads. Create that energy level. Do not make people just feel like they got a tag on their toe. They're working at a funeral home, and meanwhile, it's not a funeral home. Create a liveliness atmosphere and make people like reciprocate with you. You have to do that.
You
All right.
right. If you do that, it's gonna help maintain that relationship with all your employees, all your contractors, your clients. They're gonna be a part of something bigger than just your company. They're gonna feel like they're a friend, a part of the family, and it really people will go the extra mile for you, right? If
Oh,
you
without a
make them
doubt.
feel that way. So it's important.
Without a doubt. You're right. Well, listen, hopefully it's been creative knowledge for you. We do appreciate your time and listening. You guys hit that thumbs up, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Thanks.
For everyone.